Yo, what's going on guys? It's Caden, a Telepoint Zone here, back with another video. I'm here with my UAPB draft preview. This is going to be the league I'm going to be posting basically on this channel. The WCBL was more just for fun and testing things out. This is a strict YouTube league. So let's get right into my draft. So actually round 1, I drafted Tapu Fini. I'm not going to go into every round which one I drafted, but I actually drafted Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini was in tier 2 for some reason. Don't know why. Don't know how. But it's there. So I was like, okay, I drafted. I think I had like the 7th pick, maybe. It was in the middle of the draft. And I don't know. I saw this fall to me. I just had to pick it. You're not letting something this good sit in tier 2. You just can't. So I went ahead and drafted it. And then round 2, I actually drafted Megalopony. I was originally planning on getting Zygarde 50, which I'll talk about in a sec. But that got picked a couple picks before me, and I decided, okay, let's just get the best Mega in the game, which is Megalopony. Okay, so then right after that, the person who actually picked Zygarde 50 was saying how he wished he got Lopunny instead. So I thought, oh, let's make a trade. I'll trade you Mega Lopunny and the tier 2 that you want, and you give me Zygarde 50, because there's also in tier 2. And a Mega I want, and we can both be happy. Right, so I agreed to this trade, and, I went on drafting based on the fact that I'd get that Mega that I plan on getting from him, which would have been Mega Gallade, which I thought was pretty good. It's very versatile mon, it has setup, and then I'd also get Zygarde 50. So as the draft continued, I just started picking up, things I needed. So I got Shaman, because it's a super good grass type. I got Fortress for hazard removal, and other shenanigans, Garaball, Volt Switch, hazard setting, what Fortress does. And then I decided to get like Swellow, because Boom Burst is absolutely amazing. Swellow's a god in draft format. I think after that I went like Weavile for some nice knockoff, and I still need my tier 1 at that point. Then I went Gengar. Oh no, I actually went Electros before Weavile. I wanted an electric type that wasn't weak to ground. I hate having a ground weakness in general. As I said, Electros is, other than the Rotom's the only one that gets that, so I picked it up. Then, like I said, I went with Weavile, and then I went with Gengar for special wall breaking. I had wall breaking with Weavile, I had wall breaking with Gengar, and I needed some. I'm trying to wall break a lot because like I said, I plan on having Zygarde 50 and Mega Lade, both of which are setup sweepers that really appreciate when every single mon on the opponent's team gets wall, like, is at 50%, it just clicks, subs, Swords Dance, and then just clicks whatever 2 moves it has on it and wins the game, or sub coil, or Dragon Dance, whatever. Um, and then I decided to just get Darmanitan and Rampardos just for more wall breaking potential, and I needed those types. So if I actually had, and then, wait, let's actually get to the story. After the draft, I submitted a trade I made with the guy that got Zygarde. So it was Gudra and Mega Lopunny for Mega Gallade, which I really want to try out in the draft format. I've used it quite a bit in OU last gen, and I thought this would be fun. It'd be a new experience, right? I got to post vids on it, show other people what I thought about it, and then I was informed that you cannot trade Megas after the draft. And I'm still a little bit pissed about it, to be honest. People are like, oh, you have Mega Lopunny, you should be perfectly fine. The point isn't that I have Mega Lopunny. The more point was that I was ill-informed. So I had no clue about this, and I drafted planning around having a Mega Gallade. And the person I was training with drafted the same way. He drafted like he'd have a Gudra and a Mega Lopunny, and I drafted like I had a Zygarde. Right, and obviously with that trade, Zygarde is obviously better than Gudra, and Lopunny is better than Gallade, so it's sort of like a mixed trade. So it does not make sense for him to now give me Zygarde 50 for a Gudra, because that's just trading completely down. There's literally no reason to do that. So I lost out on what I thought was one of the best drafts I ever had. I had every type with no overlaps, and I had hazard removals, I had setup sweepers, I had pretty good defenses. I thought I was just set. Like I said, I have defenses in Tapu Fini, Shaman, Fortress can take some physical hits. Electros doesn't have bad defenses. Zygarde can take hits. So I thought I was just, balling there. Wall breakers, I had Swellow, I had Darmanitan, I had Gudra. Not Gudra, I had Gengar, I had Weavile. Even Shaman can wall break a bit. I had Rampardos. I thought I was just set, right? And like I said, it was sort of upsetting because, like I said, I was ill-informed of the rules. Many of the rules were not actually made until someone complained, or not really complained, but brought them up, and lots of them were actually after the draft. They didn't really talk about what Z moves, like what Z uses were, whether you could only use attacking, whether you could use, Z rain dance and stuff like that. All they said was they banned Omni Boost, and then when someone actually asked, then they decided, actually the commissioners, one of them didn't know. One of them said attacking only, and the other one said, just no Omni Boost. So now, not even the people that run the league know what rules they have. Right? And they say, oh, it's a GBA style draft. That means you should obviously know what the rules are. First of all, we have a GBA person in the draft. Old Man Tup. You should go check him out. He's a great YouTuber. And he was the one that was actually asking most of the things. They didn't explain almost anything about the draft. Right? If you think, you can use Z-Rain and stuff, Mons become different, right? Zergudry becomes an extremely dominant Z user, right? Just something like that, right? Z Hypnosis Tail Glow? No one wants to face that, right? But it makes people think about drafting it instead of, leaving it, depending on what tier they put it in. What else do I want to rant about? The tier list. Like I said, Tapu Fini in tier 2. What the heck is this? And we actually voted on where Mon should be if they're in the wrong spot. They didn't fix a single one. Not one. They had like Mimikyu, tier 4. People asked that to move up to tier 2. Stayed in tier 4. It actually went undrafted, which is funny. If I didn't get Tapu Fini, I would have 100% drafted it in tier 4. T-Serena, tier 4. Again, these are mods that should be definitely higher up. Yet, we voted for them to be higher up, because who wants to face tier 4 Mimikyu? It's basically one of the greatest setup mods in the game right now. I'm pretty sure it went undrafted. I'll look at it afterwards. But like I said, it's sitting in tier 4. Beware was sitting in tier 4. That mon hits hard. Really hard. I don't want to face that. Especially not when they're only paying 60 points for it. Like, Electros is in the same tier as it. You're telling me that a decent electric type should be in the same thing as one of the best type combinations in the game in normal fighting, and as well set up and having fluffy and stuff like that? No, it should not. It's absolutely insane. And when I complained about, not having the rules be proper, they hadn't done anything about it. And I'm perfectly fine if you say, okay, you can't trade megas, but you didn't really apologize. You didn't really say we made mistakes. Right? And even when people started asking about different rules, you didn't post them in the rules. I asked about what were unreleased items, right? Some leagues allow custom berries and things like that. No. Okay? But if you weren't on at that time, you wouldn't know. Okay? You'd just come on, oh, I can use a custom berry, I'm fine. Hey, they didn't say anything, and it's not posted in the rules. You didn't post it that you couldn't, like I said, you didn't post that you couldn't trade megas. And I drafted around having a Mega Gallade, which is sort of upsetting not having it. I drafted around having a Zygarde. I don't have it. I'd like to say that I have a Zygarde 50 on this team and a Mega Gallade. I think it looks so much better. Right? But no, they're just gone. They're off in some other guy's team who doesn't like his team as much either as well, because he didn't get the mods he was expecting to have. And it's just upsetting as someone that has to post YouTube videos on a league. right? Who spent like 4 or 5 hours on this layout so you guys can look at something instead of just playing games in the background or putting this on Showdown. And it's gonna probably spend time editing if I have time to. I actually don't know if I'm gonna spend time editing this. Uh, yeah, I don't know. There's not really much else to talk about. It's just in general just upsetting to post YouTube videos on a team that or at least that you feel like you've been cheated on. Right? I feel like I've got cheated out of having a mega lead and having a Zygote 50. And it's like, imagine how it'd feel if I went up to you guys and said, "You don't get your mana fee. You don't get your Victini. No, they're no longer there. You drafted them, but they're not yours." Yeah, we actually banned them from the league after you drafted them. So have fun with that. Uh, yeah, and in general with my team, I don't really know what I could do. I know I could try to fix it, but at what cost, right? I need my psychic type, so I'd have to probably drop Fortress because I like having a psychic type, and drop Fortress for Metagross, and now I don't have hazard removal. So now I'd have to drop something to get like Sand Slash or something like that to get a Rapid Spinner, right? And at that point, I might just use up all 3 drops to get something that I'm not enjoying as much as the team I thought I was drafting. And when you spend 20 hours planning for a draft, I'm not joking. That's how many hours I spent planning for this draft in general. Right, making sure you don't get sniped. I didn't get sniped like once, except for this Zygote trait, no Zygote pick, and I thought I was fine. Right, so I got sniped once, and I traded my way out of it to find out that actually I just basically got sniped 200 times because my team isn't the team that I would have drafted. The league basically sniped me out of having my Metagross and having my having my Zygarde and my Mega Glade. I got sniped out of those. It feels like. Um, and yeah, like I said, 20 hours, and I spent about a good 5 or 6 hours on my last three of my 4 picks, deciding between Weavile, Darmanitan, and Gengar, which one I want to draft first, to try and limit my chances of getting sniped. I didn't end up getting sniped, and I don't know if I should have or not. But yeah, like, it's just tough. And my idol in Old Man Tup, I support him a lot, even though he is failing in the GBA. Is in the league, and I'm complaining about stuff, and I don't know, I just feel like I got cheated out of a team that I should be having right now, and yeah. So that's gonna do it for this video. I'm sorry if I depressed any of you guys. And I hope you guys will enjoy the season more than I do. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to be enjoying this as much as I want to. And I'll see you in the next video.